Okay, well, thank you so much for this opportunity. This presentation is a little different than the one I give to community groups, mainly because I've taken out the slides about sustainable Newton, since you are already familiar with sustainable Newton. And also Nancy asked me to find out what I can about the economic impact, the widest economic impact that the Inflation Reduction has already had. So there's a new slide in here that if you've seen the presentation before, you may or may not recognize. So the Inflation Reduction Act, economic investment and household savings opportunity. So for those who don't know me, I own and operate Yellow Hen Farm and grow produce year round, grow and sell produce year round, and also have a small flock of chickens that I raise for eggs and sell those when they're available. And then I also, my husband Randy and I also own Live Work Building Company with an office in Clarks Grove. And of course, I am a proud volunteer and co-founder of Sustainable Newton. And over the past year, I, along with other volunteers with Sustainable Newton, have been focusing on the Inflation Reduction Act, which was passed in August 2022 and is our country's largest and most comprehensive climate change and emissions reductions bill ever. We're 1 year out from the passage of over 1 year out from the passage of the Inflation Reduction Act, and we're already seeing some excellent results. So far, more than 170,000 US clean energy jobs have been created, with 1.3 million new jobs projected by 2030. $213 billion has been invested to manufacture and deploy clean energy, and at least 282 new clean energy projects are underway in 44 states. Targeted investments are incentivizing and onshoring, manufacturing, and building resilient US supply chains. And pollution reductions are likely to prevent up to 4,500 premature deaths and nearly 119,000 asthma attacks annually by 2030. The avoided health damages will be $27 billion to $42 billion in 2030 alone. And of course, as we're seeing, Georgia is quickly becoming a leader in the clean energy sector. And you could say Newton County is also becoming a leader in the clean energy sector. Georgia has attracted $18.83 billion in clean energy investment, and Georgia is second only to Michigan with 22 new clean energy projects. This summer, it was announced that Georgia and the Atlanta Regional Commission have received IRA funding grants to develop coordinated climate pollution reduction plans, which will allow the state and local governments to tap into additional IRA funding. And the focus is expected to be on fleet electrification, solar installation, and energy efficiency. So this is great news for Georgia and our local governments. However, much of the IRA funding is for household electrification and weatherization, and will be available in the form of tax credits and upfront rebates to homeowners and renters. Low-income households, those making less than 80% of the area median income, and middle-income households, those making 80 to 150% of the AMI, are eligible for upfront rebates. And in case you're wondering, the AMI for Newton County is around $65,000. Higher income households are eligible for tax credits. So if we take something like a heat pump, a low-income household would receive a 100% upfront rebate. So that's point of sale rebate up to $8,000 to cover the cost of a heat pump and installation. A middle income household would receive a 50% rebate up to $8,000, and higher income households would receive a 30% tax credit up to $2,000. The electrification tax credits are available now through 2032. So these will cover things like battery storage, a 30% tax credit with no cap on the cost. So you can install as many batteries as your house can use and get 30% off. Geothermal, which isn't necessarily applicable to our area, also a 30% tax credit. Up to $600 in tax credits for electric panel work, electric vehicle charger up to $1,000. Now there is one stipulation with that. The electric vehicle charger tax credit is supposed to serve people in rural and low income areas. So not everybody is eligible for that one. New electric vehicle tax credits, used electric vehicle tax credits for the first time. The used electric vehicle needs to be at least 2 years old, cost $25,000 or less, and your income for a single tax filer should be $75,000 or less. Married filing jointly would be $150,000 or less. So that is a good deal. And then both the new and used vehicles would need to be purchased from a dealer. Heat pump we've already covered. Heat pump water heater up to a $2,000 tax credit, 30% no cap for solar, and up to $1,200 for weatherization. And that's things like new windows, insulation, energy audits. And great news that the new electric vehicle and used electric vehicle tax credits will become rebates, point of sale rebates in 2024, which is just a couple months from now. So that means you would go into the dealer, and if your income qualifies you, then you would get that right off the top of the purchase price. How can you take advantage of these tax incentives? Make sure your household will owe enough federal income tax to be offset by the value of the credit. These credits will not carry over from one year to the next. So you want to make sure you're going to owe that federal income tax so you'll get the full value of the credit. Make sure your purchase meets the tax credit's relevant efficiency and or product standards. So it's not just any old heat pump. It would need to be an energy, energy saver,
Energy Star? Energy Star.
Energy Star, thank you. Energy Star product. And the federal government actually has a database where you can look up to make sure the specific product that you're looking at qualifies. And you want to do that if you're working with a contractor. You would want to make sure you double check that, because even some contractors, with this being so new, they may not have that up-to-date information. You'll want to save your receipts and fill out the appropriate federal tax forms when filing your taxes. And those forms are out there, although I think the residential energy credit form is still in a draft of the form, whereas the plug-in electric drive motor vehicle credit 2023 form is already available. The electrification upfront rebates will be available in 2024 for low and middle income households. These are being implemented on a state-by-state basis, and not every state is taking advantage of this opportunity, but fortunately, Georgia is. The Georgia Environmental Finance Authority is the state body that will be implementing these rebates, and they have notified the public that the rebates will be available by September 2024. one note about these rebates for low and middle income households: it's a limited pot of money. So unlike the tax credits, that is no cap and they'll be around till 2032, there's $8.8 billion delegated for these rebates. And I have read that there is a chance that this money will be used up even within the first year that the rebates are available. So if you know somebody who would qualify, if you or yourself, you or someone you know would qualify, then you do want to be prepared to take advantage of them, because these are great savings. So you could get $4,000 towards an electric panel upgrades, electric or induction stove tops, $840, electric wiring, $2,500, heat pump water heaters, $1,750, and the heat pump up to $8,000. Heat pump clothes dryers are included, weatherization again, and efficiency rebates. And so that's when they test your house. You do an energy audit and you determine the upgrades, and you make your house efficient to a certain degree, and then you could get up to $4,000 to help with that. So Rewiring America's digital guide explains the IRA, and their IRA calculator can help determine what rebates and or tax credits your households qualify for. I can't recommend these resources enough. The guide has different case studies that can help you plan your upgrades. It also explains a lot of the new technology, like you heard me say, heat pump water heater. There are some new great technologies out there, and this guide can help you. And then, of course, the calculator can help determine exactly what rebates or tax credits you're likely to qualify for. And it's a really easy tool to use. You simply type in your zip code, whether you're a homeowner or renter, because there are things that renters can take advantage of: your household income, your tax filing status, your household size, and you'll get this summary of what rebates and tax credits you qualify for, as well as your projected energy savings. And then you'll get a detailed list of the exact tax credits and rebates. And that's where I pulled that information in those charts that we saw earlier. So it will look like that. You also, if you live in one of these service areas, you want to take advantage of the great savings and rebates that local electricity providers are offering for electrification and weatherization. I'm a Georgia Power customer, and already I've been able to take advantage of rebates for attic insulation, home energy audit, and a smart thermostat. Snapping Shoals EMC services the largest number of homes in Newton County, and they offer some excellent rebates as well. In fact, they even offer a rebate if you buy an electric vehicle. They'll give you a few $100s in addition to giving you a rebate if you install a home EV charger. And this is great news for households, because electric is better. It's better for driving, cooking, heating, cooling, and your energy bills. And we all deserve a healthier, cleaner, and more amazing future. Recent studies have shown that emissions of toxic chemicals from gas stoves can be worse than outdoor air pollution from cars and industry. 13% of childhood asthma cases can be attributed to gas stoves. And this summer, a Stanford study revealed that a single gas cooktop burner on high, or a gas oven set to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, can raise indoor levels of the carcinogen benzene above those in secondhand tobacco smoke. Benzene is linked to a higher risk of leukemia and other blood cell cancers. Consumer Reports has found that Electric cooktops boiled water faster and simmered more consistently, and electric ovens broiled better than their gas counterparts. Furthermore, induction cooktops and ranges, which heat using a magnetic current, generally outperform every other kind of range in their tests with faster and more energy efficient and even heating. Most homeowners will see a lower total cost of ownership over the 15-year lifetime of a heat pump versus fossil fuel power systems due to greater energy efficiency and lower utility costs. And high efficiency heat pumps also dehumidify better than central air conditioners, resulting in less energy usage and more cooling comfort. Conventional water heaters account for about 20% of total household energy consumption. Heat pump water heaters offer the lowest running costs of all water heating technologies available today, saving the average home $3,500 over 13 years. And heat pump dryers use 28% less energy than standard electric dryers and don't require vents. On average, the maintenance cost for a battery electric vehicle is 40% less than for internal combustion cars and light trucks. And this is all great news because these are opportunities. And they're opportunities we need because individual households are responsible for 42% of US energy-related emissions. In fact, today, going electric is the equivalent of growing a victory garden. A good rule of thumb, if you're not ready just to jump right in, is to think that when something breaks, think of it as an opportunity to go electric. In 2019, my car broke down and required a major repair. And instead of putting the money into that car, I decided to take the leap and buy an EV. We bought a used Volkswagen e-Golf, and I drove that car for 2 years. It was a wonderful car. It had a range of just 150 miles. But here, that little picture with the white car is from a trip we took to Chattanooga, and we stopped for free charging and ate lunch at the Telus Science Museum. In 2021, I had the opportunity to upgrade to the Volkswagen ID4, and that car has a range of 260 miles, and it's just been a great car to drive, and it's been amazing. I haven't been to a gas station in 4 years, and I haven't had to have any oil changes also. Last December, my husband became the proud owner of a Ford Lightning. He gave up his beloved Chevy Silverado. That truck had been costing him $60 every 2 weeks to fill it. And now he charges once a week, but pays just less than $1 each time he charges. And that a big part of that is we are Georgia Power customers, and they have a time of use plan, which makes using electricity in the evening when we schedule our charging a lot cheaper. While there are no tax credits or rebates, I do want to put in a word for electric lawn tools. When my lawnmower broke a couple of years ago, I was ecstatic because that was an opportunity to try one of the electric mowers, and it's just been absolutely fantastic. It's so easy to start. You just push a button, it starts. There's no worrying about oil or gas. It's quiet. There's no fumes. And so when my fossil fuel string trimmer conked out, I ran out and got the electric version, and it's just been the same. You just push a button, it starts. I don't have to wear the ear protection that I used to have to wear, and because they're so much quieter. And then also last summer, we were able to get an induction stovetop range, and that has been just as amazing as all the articles you might come across describe it. Water boils very quickly, and this summer I did my usual canning of tomatoes, which is the one thing I like to can, but I also dread because it takes forever to get that big pot of water in cans to boil, and then it just really used to heat up my kitchen. But Randy and I both noticed that there wasn't the heat escaping into the kitchen. And I, of course, noticed how much quicker the whole process went. So that's been a great addition to our household. And if you're not as fortunate as I am to have things just breaking left and right, then a great place to start is with an energy audit. An energy audit can help you find your home's hidden weak spots. This summer, I had an energy audit done. Our IRA committee, the Sustainable Newton, we had talked about energy audits and really done our research, and I decided to jump right in. And I thought I knew my house's weak spots. And one of those weak spots was the sliding that I thought I knew was the sliding back door. And each winter, I would feel cold air coming in at the bottom of that door. And I thought that the energy audit would say, the door needs to be replaced or somehow insulated. But as it turns out, the cold air was coming from my kitchen cabinets. Our house was built in the 1980s, and unbeknownst to us, they just stuck the kitchen cabinets up into an empty cavity, which allowed cold air from our attic just to drift down when we had the heat on. So the solution that was offered was either to replace the kitchen cabinets, which would be very expensive, or do spray foam insulation encase the attic's ceiling, and that will actually improve the air quality for my entire household. So we have gone ahead and done the spray foam insulation, and so far, so good. So a home energy audit is an assessment of wall, ceiling, and floor insulation, windows, doors, HVAC system, and includes a blower door test and thermographic readings. The IRA offers a 30% tax credit up to $150 to cover some of the cost. Georgia Power offers a $150 home energy audit rebate. And Sustainable Newton's IRA committee has screened home energy audit companies serving our area, and the committee considered services offered, cost, and customer service. And we are happy to announce that we are partnering with Energy Consulting Services to offer a $150 savings opportunity on a home energy audit. For homes that are less than 5,000 square feet, the cost would be $300, $400 for homes 5,000 to 7,000 square feet. And if your home is larger than that, then you can call the company and work out still a good price. The audit will include a report listing the best and good recommendations for improvements, giving homeowners a range of options. And the people who have already gone ahead with these home energy audits, in addition to me, have been very pleased with the process. So you can find more information about the home energy audits right on the Sustainable Newton website homepage, and that will connect you to the information you need to contact Energy Consulting Services. And of course, I hope you will also connect with Rewiring America and find how much money you can save as you make your household more energy efficient and electric. And thank you very much.